500 tradesmen after 10,500 factory rebates and 6,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include 3,000 Hoblet inventory coupons while supplies last, 2,000 trade-in assistance on qualifying trades, 500 upfit, 2,000 California commercial business bonus cash. Business ownership and 500 upfit required. 5% net savings. Sample VIN 357313. See dealer for details.
Don't you just love this time of year and the holidays when families get together to make memories? Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. From the time I was a youngster, the family table was always filled with a gathering of grandparents, aunts and uncles, brothers and sisters. Those are memories that will live with me forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings Holiday Home Sale going on right now gives you the opportunity to find the perfect holiday gift that will last a lifetime. You'll find unique gifts like gleaming accessories for every room, now 20% off. During Naturewood's Holiday Home Sale, you'll find savings all around the store for every room in your home. Find your perfect bit of Christmas for your home at Naturewood Home Furnishings Holiday Home Sale going on right now. The memories you make with your family will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Time now for your 49ers injury report, brought to you by Jeremy Winter, attorney at law. He cares because he's been there. In the 38-13 win over the Bears on Sunday, the Niners suffered a couple of more significant injuries. Left guard Ben Barch suffered a high ankle sprain, and running back Isaac Guerrero departed with a possible foot sprain. With Christian McCaffrey and J.P. Morgan already on the injured list, this could be a real problem for the 49ers, who get ready to take on the Los Angeles Rams in a key game on Thursday night.
Serious accident. You deserve the law offices of Jeremy Winter. 877-637-3237. Jeremy lost his mother in a car accident and knows firsthand the pain caused by tragedy. That is why he became an attorney to fight for others who are going through a tragedy. If you've been seriously injured in an accident, you deserve more. You deserve better. You deserve Jeremy Winter.
877-637-3237. Yep, 'tis the season. Hey, if you take pride in your gift giving, here's a great idea for you. Gift cards from the Good Feet store. Okay, so arch supports aren't exactly what they've been hinting for, but you know they'd love them. And with the Good Feet lifetime warranty, it's a gift they'll enjoy forever. Buy a Good Feet gift card now, and Good Feet will boost its value 20%. That's a 20% gift from the Good Feet store. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville, and in Reno on South Virginia Street.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SacktownSports.com and the Sacktown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sacktown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper.
Oh, what a night we got. We got the Rams and the 49ers, with the 49ers battling for survival. And that's secondary. That's back burner to the return of the Kings taking on the Pelicans. Kyle Draper joining us from San Francisco. He's got pre- and post-game duties. We go, I believe, to the NBC Sports Studios Draper Dungeon. What's up, Drapes? Are you back in the Draper Dungeon? Appears that he is. But we're having an issue getting his audio. I apologize to you. We'll get to Kyle Draper as soon as we can. But yes, he's back in his familiar surroundings there in NBC Sports Bay Area. The Kings, we'll get Drapes with us.
Drapes, unmute yourself, man.
Yeah. You think this is possible that Kyle Draper has muted himself. The Kings must...
Not possible. It is.
Okay. Well, I was trying to be nice about it. So we'll get Drapes with us momentarily. Jay, the Kings have a golden opportunity tonight, right? You know, when the schedule came out, the games that we didn't have on the schedule originally because of the play-in tournament, when those games came out, I know some people were saying, oh, no, the Pelicans. The Pelicans are not a good team. So the schedule makers did the Kings a big, big favor. Drapes, this is one the Kings got to take advantage of tonight, right?
Yeah. Do you have me?
Yes, we do.
All right, see, said that's Jay's fault right there.
Oh,
No.
I didn't do a thing. I didn't hit anything. That's all Jay. Beyond Jay, you can own up to it, big fella.
Well,
I
first
make
of all,
mistakes sometimes.
okay.
But
Well, first of all, I'll admit to this with a two-pronged situation. I was in the next studio trying to get sound for the show, and something was going on with that studio, so I had to call engineers. Right? So I've been over there for 20 minutes. I didn't look at my phone. Drapes is like, I'm on Access One. I thought we were going StreamYard today. So
gotcha.
I didn't look at my phone, but at the same time, Drapes was muted. So I'll take 78% of the blame pie.
Oh man, let me just tell the story. I know we got 2 big games tonight, Whitey.
Yeah.
But I have commandeered this. What are we calling this? A closet that I'm in right now?
Draper's
Dungeon. I have commandeered this. Like I'm about to set up a sign, maybe have a receptionist out front. I showed up today, and there's some guy in my dungeon.
What?
Yes. I'm like, hold up, bro. I'm like, hey. And he's on his phone call trying to act all important and everything. I'm like, dude, you can't be important if you're in my dungeon. Like, if you're that important, me and you would be somewhere else. But, and I say, yo, I got to do my radio show in here at 2:00. You mind going somewhere else? He's like, oh, yes. I'm sorry, And so I'm actually, this is the Draper Dungeon. I'm going to start calling it DD.
Yes.
Draper Dungeon out here. And so I had to give dude the boot, and I'm all settled in. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, you're excited. We're excited for your pre and post game duties. And the schedule makers kind of did the Kings a favor here, right, Trace, by giving them the Pelicans when they're having such a terrible year.
Right. It actually, if you look at just the Pelicans, it's scary. It's like, ooh, watch out.
Right.
But this ain't the same Pelicans team from a season ago, Whitey. They're banged up. Obviously, no Zion and obviously no Ingram. But they also lost some of their muscle, some of their guys, the Najee Marshalls of the world, that sort of gave us fits. I look at this Pelicans roster, and I got it right here. The starting 5, solid. But once you get to the bench,
right?
I mean, no excuses tonight. Unless CJ goes off for 40, which he's capable of against us, like we should win this game tonight.
Also, it's old news there. I know they moved on from Valanciunas, but he had some big games against the Kings last year.
And not only big games, Whitey, and I got to look at the numbers, but I thought he did a solid job on Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah.
Actually, also. And now that he's gone, and they got, how do you say this guy's name?
Yves
Missi.
Yeah.
Yves Missi.
Yeah.
Like, no offense to Yves Missi, but our boy Domantas Sabonis is going to eat him for lunch today. Like, I'm just saying. So they're right. That they've lost Larry Nance Jr., Dyson Daniels. Like, they've lost a number of key pieces to last year's team.
The other thing that stands out to me when I look at the matchup last year, they being the Pelicans, they did a really good job slowing down De'Aaron Fox. And his average, I think he still averaged around 24 a game, but he didn't shoot well against them. And he had a couple of really bad games against them. Give them credit. Defensively last year, they did a really good job on De'Aaron Fox, but I don't know that they're capable of doing that again tonight.
I said this story during the game broadcast, but I'll share it again one more time for our listeners. I think seeing the Pelicans 6 times, like De'Aaron Fox did, made a change in him in his offseason routine. Here's why, Whitey. I talked to Luke Laux about this. He said whatever coach that De'Aaron Fox was working with during the offseason, whether he was in the Bahamas with this coach or in LA with this coach, wherever he went, the person working De'Aaron Fox out had one of those extender sticks, that you see sometimes, like a padded stick.
Yeah.
And De'Aaron Fox, that's all he worked on was shooting over length. I think that was in direct response to what we saw from New Orleans last year, to your point. And so they're not as long this year.
Right.
Like, sure, they got Trey Murphy still, but Dyson Daniels is a big-time guy that they miss defensively out there. Najee Marshall. I mean, you got DeJounte Murray, who's solid. But no, I expect big things from De'Aaron.
Yeah, New Orleans is 5-20, and that's after they started the year 2-0. So you do the math, and they've really been struggling. Yeah. They already have losing streaks, as I said a moment ago in the crossover. They have a 6-game losing streak. They have a 9-game losing streak. but you just got to take care of business tonight. So
Yeah.
golden opportunity to get back to 500. If by chance you squander this opportunity, then the conversation would turn back to some of those unpleasant things we were talking about last week, and nobody wants that.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, why are you trending negative on the show already? We're not even thinking about that.
Right.
But here's to your point, Whitey. I'm looking at the Western Conference, and now's the time to make a move. Golden State lost again. LeBron is banged up. Like, you're only, 3 games in the loss column, I think it is, from Golden State. Like, now's the time. You can't be taking losses against teams you're supposed to beat. And so, to me, this is a litmus test of where this team is. It was fine over the last 2 games. Everything was sunny. But now you got to go on the road against the team that psychologically has the advantage on you. Handle your business. And now you're talking 4 wins in the last 5 games. Now you're talking about really starting to hit a little bit of a stride with this Kings team.
All right, Drapes, we got to ask you about it. It's something we got to talk about. We don't have to spend a lot of time on it. The whole LeBron Kings connection, whatever it is. What did you make of it? What is it? Because we got to address it. I don't think we're going to spend a lot of time on it, though.
I'm gonna shoot it down. I'm gonna say no fire where that little bit of smoke is trying to cut like they're trying to create some smoke and it ain't there. I'm not seeing it.
Right.
Well, first of all, Whitey, when you look at LeBron James, we understand where he is career wise and how many years he's been in the league. But look at his salary, Whitey. Look at how much LeBron James is making this season. First and foremost, that's scary. He's at about 48 million and change.
Right.
Who do we have that we're giving? Like, you got to give up like 6 players to get to that point. So it doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
Second of all, I do believe from a basketball standpoint, LeBron can help any team. I'm a big LeBron fan when it comes to that. But wherever LeBron goes, he becomes an alpha. Do we really want that? Do we really want him to be the alpha and De'Aaron to be the number 2 Domas? I don't know. I'm asking Kings fans.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's anything to it.
No, I don't either. But I've still been spending, time thinking about it. And all it is there's an executive talking to Heavy.com, an NBA executive who said, you know what? Just like we all might do about any player. This executive never said they're talking about it or LeBron wants it. He just said, hey, that'd be a good fit. All right. That's all he said. Hey, that'd be a good. No one talks about them, but I agree with you. From a basketball standpoint, you could talk yourself into it. But, if LeBron joined your team, then all of a sudden everything you're doing is about LeBron, right? Yeah. That's the last thing this team needs.
And everything about your team, to your point, yes, it's about LeBron. And then it's about, did you win a championship or not? Anything short of that is a failure. The spotlight that comes with it, the circus that comes with it, I don't think we're ready for that. I don't think we're ready to be on First Take like that every day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. We talk about not getting the national attention. Well, if LeBron came here, we get that attention. And I don't know if it would be warranted and be welcomed because LeBron ain't winning now.
Right.
LeBron, I hate to say it, but I think his championship years as the lead guy are done, unless he pairs with a Steph Curry or somebody like that.
The Lakers are in a really awkward spot, aren't they? Plus, we've got, and I know you addressed it yesterday, perhaps not on the show, but LeBron now is away from the team, and we don't know what that is. And that could be, that could be something that's personal, it's family. We don't know, but they've got a little bit of a mess on their hands now with LeBron.
They really do. I don't know what's happening behind the scenes. And, obviously, getting up there about to be 40 years in age, he needs some time off, but I think I read, he's not going to play tomorrow. He'll have 8 days rest in between games if he comes back Sunday against Memphis. I think they play. But it's not only that, but why is he away from the team? That to me, raises an eyebrow. I understand. Load management, sitting out a game, but they said he's away from the team for personal reasons. That, like I said, that makes me wonder.
Yeah, how about this in the chat, Drapes, from Aaron? Bronny would be named GM of the Stockton Kings.
Please. Roddy might be owner or GM or something. Like, come on, man. That's exactly, Whitey. Do we need that headache?
Nope.
Do we need that circus in Sacramento?
No,
Nope.
we do not.
No.
What we need is to take a real quick break and then come back and talk about Steve Kerr lecturing the officials last night. We're back with that on Sacktown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
The holidays are always a great time to get together with family and friends, but nothing beats the thrill of Stockton Honda's deals. During Happy Honda Days, find the perfect ride in person or online. With over 400 new Hondas ready to go, now is the time to buy at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. Sold on report.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's not your average holiday season. Hold on to your hard hats because starting Monday, December 13th, Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet is unwrapping the biggest power tool sale Sacramento has ever seen. We're turning up the heat with 12 days of unbeatable prices on all your favorite Makita products and much more. Free batteries with tools, free tools with batteries, and bare tools starting at just $99. Come on down and give us a visit at 6701 Power Inn Road in Sacramento, or shop our Christmas deals online at fastenersinc.net. Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet. Better tools, better prices.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
And the text line here from your buddy Forrest there, Drapes.
Yeah,
is
my
asking,
guy.
They got my guy Draper in a storage closet again? No, it's not a storage closet. It may look like that. It's the Draper dungeon.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
You know what? One man's trash is another man's treasure. And I like to look at this dungeon as my treasure, Whitey.
Yes.
And so I'm going to come back and throw up some drapes, some family photos up here.
Yep.
Throw some candles in here.
Yep.
I'm going to make it my own
Yes.
next time we get in here.
Yes. So we've got the Atlanta Hawks. Caw-caw. They're
you know
going
what
to
we
Vegas.
need, though, Whitey?
What's
Sorry
that?
to cut you
No,
off.
please.
What if I get a Sacktown Sports banner back here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, who do I need to talk to for that?
Same person now supposed to give us a tree.
Oh, shoot. Never mind. Then. that ain't happening.
I'm going to make it happen. See, we got offered the tree. We just turned them down there.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I need to
make amends with the banner.
Like, seriously, wouldn't that look good, though?
Yeah.
You know, a banner like we're on remote or something like that, you know?
It would, but it's really up to you because it's Draper's dungeon.
Draper's dungeon.
If that's what you want,
yes.
If you want something else, then we get something else.
Yeah, I got you. I can make that. No,
you need one of those life-size Taylor Swift cutouts back there. Is what you need.
You know what? I need like a fat head of myself back there. You know, that's something I would do, right, Whitey? I just a little Draper fat head back there. You know, no, Taylor Swift. Maybe that's. I will say real quick on Taylor Swift. I'm hooked, fellas. Ever since the concert, the last 3 nights, because sometimes I listen to music when I go to sleep. I'm playing Taylor Swift. It's crazy, bro.
Does it help you sleep or does it get you, excited?
It helps me sleep.
Oh, okay.
It calms me down. It soothes me, if you will.
Because it's boring? Is that what you're saying? No, I'm just asking.
Bro, it's very introspective. I reflect,
gotcha.
You know,
I gotcha.
and so yes.
Yeah. See, honestly, I would have thought that it would have reminded you of how exciting the weekend was, and it would have been harder to sleep. You'd be like, let's go, Taylor.
Nah,
I'm a Swiftie.
It calms me down. It soothes me.
Nice.
The soothing voice of Taylor Swift.
Very nice. Very nice. As I was mentioning, the Hawks going to Vegas, and so are the Houston Rockets with a thriller, a come-from-behind win over one of Kyle Draper's least favorite teams, the Golden State Warriors. And as you know, Drapes, I mean,
they just all past their prime.
Tough loss for the Warriors, and their coach, Steve Kerr, was not happy about that way that went down last night. Did you get to see any of that?
Yeah, I saw it. And, I'm not a Warriors fan. First and foremost, if they lost every game, I'd be okay with it. But they got robbed last night, Whitey. They got, who was it? Bill Kennedy?
It was Bill Kennedy.
Bill Kennedy in his medium shirt. I don't know. Like, you never see a foul called during a scrum for the ball like that. Whether it was a foul or not, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
No referee ever makes that call.
Yeah.
Usually you allow the guy to get control, call a jump ball, or call a timeout. A foul in that moment, I'm on Steve Kerr's side about that.
Yeah, that's almost exactly what Steve Kerr said, which we'll hear in just a moment. But first, for anybody who perhaps didn't see or doesn't remember, the Warriors are up by 1 in the final seconds. They have the ball. Steph Curry, for some reason, decides to shoot a three when he didn't really need to yet. And he misses. There's a scramble for the loose ball. GP2 gets possession of a rebound on the floor. Fred Van Vliet, kind of slides on top of him. Payton tries to pass the ball to Kuminga. Kuminga and Jalen Green hit the deck for the loose ball. Bodies everywhere. Kuminga called for a personal foul with 3.5 seconds left. And Steve Kerr just standing there. I've never seen a coach that befuddled. And here's what Steve Kerr had to say after the game and the loss.
I've never seen that. I think I saw it in college one time, 30 years ago. Never seen it in the NBA. That is, unconscionable. I don't even understand what just happened. Loose ball, diving on the floor, 80 feet from the basket, and you're going to give a guy 2 free throws to decide the game when people are scrambling for the ball. Just give them a timeout. Give them a timeout and let the players decide the game. That's how you officiate, especially because the game was a complete wrestling match. They didn't call anything. Steph Curry got hit on the elbow, plain as day on a jump shot, just clubbed right on there, no call. So you've established you're just not going to call anything throughout the game. It's a physical game. We're going to call it a loose ball foul on a jump ball situation with guys diving on the floor with the game on the line. This is $1 billion industry. You got people's jobs on the line. I am stunned. I am stunned. I give the Rockets credit. They battled back. They played great defense all night. But I feel for our guys. Our guys battled back, played their asses off, and deserved to win that game, or at least have a chance for one stop at the end to finish the game. And that was taken from us by a call that I don't think an elementary school referee would have made, because that guy would have had feel and said, you know what, I'm not going to decide a game on a loose ball 80 feet from the basket.
Wow. Here's the thing. Yeah. Somebody asked Steve Kerr, well, why didn't you challenge it? And he said, the challenge, I would not have won the challenge. And he's right, because there was, Kuminga did, if you know how they look at those things, there was contact. It's not normally called there, but there was contact. The thing is, there was also contact when Payton dove on the floor and Fred Van Vliet dove on top of him, and that wasn't called. So I know we don't have a ton of Warrior fans around here, but I think you're right, Kyle. That was very unusual. You just don't see that in the NBA.
No, you're right, Whitey, and it just. I'm with Steve Kerr. You have to let the play on the court decide. Especially when it's going to award them 2 free throws,
which they made, and then
and they won the game.
Yeah,
it's egregious, man. And that's the thing that I hate about when the officials make the mistake. That becomes the story instead of a hell of a game between these two teams.
Right.
It was a hard fought throwback kind of game last night. And, you could tell it meant something with the in-season tournament and what was at stake. But Bill Kennedy, who's in his 26th year as an official, he knows better. And I don't know if you saw they did the pool report. Afterwards, he was asked, why'd you call it foul? He said, well, Kuminga came over the shoulder and arm and everything. Bill, come on, man. That's one of those things. You ever play we used to play this game in Philadelphia growing up. It was called throw up grab. Every man for himself in football. It's almost, those are like rugby scrums right there. You just got to let it go. Unless somebody's eye is getting pulled out or something like that.
Right.
Like you're going to come up with little scratches and bruises and everything like that. You don't make that call then. And here's the thing. Another thing that Steve Kerr took. All right, if you didn't make a similar call earlier,
right?
If it was a touch foul kind of game earlier, I get it. But you let a whole lot of stuff go. It was a physical game all throughout, and then to call that when really nobody really had possession either.
Yeah,
if you look at it too, it's a bad look for the league.
The Warriors down the stretch, they were having problem getting shots on goal. They committed like shot clock violations, turnovers. So that gets lost in the shuffle a little bit with all the focus on the bizarre officiating. But I've never seen that call. But also, Kyle, I don't think I've ever heard a coach after a game who was upset at the officials lecture the officials in that fashion. It was unconscionable. Grade school. Now he may be right. A grade school official wouldn't make that call. That's incredible.
That's amazing. Is that fine worthy, Whitey? I was listening because I felt like he was, I guess he'll get fined for that. But no, and the thing about it is it's a veteran official.
Yeah.
Like this is Bill Kennedy, 26 years in the league. And Steve Kerr is saying a grade school, a youth basketball official wouldn't make that
because
call.
He'd have more feel. Yeah. It was amazing. And he wasn't just saying that was a bad call. He was saying that's not how you officiate a game, which is even worse, right?
Yes. That is worse. Like that's an indictment on Bill Kennedy as an official. Like it's saying, this guy isn't prepared for this job. He can't handle this job. It's tough. Somebody put in the YouTube chat, I think the 2-minute report came out. I'm just looking it up right now, and it says correct call. Kuminga reaches over Green in an attempt to get to the ball and pulls his shoulder down. So the league is standing by Bill Kennedy with that one.
They had to because there was contact there. They can't say it was a foul, but you don't call it there.
Can't call it marginal. Can't call that marginal.
Well, it wasn't, but still, by unwritten rule, it's usually allowed there.
Yeah,
and they had just allowed it not 4 seconds earlier.
I can't tell you how many times we've seen a guy like reach over another guy, grab it, and they call jump ball. Like you see that all the time. And with the stakes being what they were in this game, it's a shame Bill Kennedy, in my opinion, got that one wrong.
Yeah. Boy, those Rockets, they defend well, don't they?
Yeah, they're a good team, man. They're actually fun to watch too, man, in terms of their style, their swagger, their toughness, and everything. Like, I like watching them.
Woo. All right, so on to Vegas for them. I'm pulling for the Hawks. It's going to be OKC, though, isn't it, Drapes?
Yeah, OKC is a juggernaut, man. Yeah. They're deep, they defend, they shoot the three, and that's one thing that Houston doesn't do.
No,
Houston defends, but talk about 3-and-D guys. That's what OKC got. They got like 6 or 7 3-and-D guys on their team.
Yeah. By the way, and we'll get back to it, of course. That good chance that's going to be one of the keys to the Kings tonight. The fact that the Pelicans, they shot the 3-ball well last year. This year, they're not shooting the 3-ball well at all. They're
not
missing
at all.
A lot. Yeah.
And during the pregame show, we're going to have our keys to the game. My key is don't let CJ get going. Put him in handcuffs because he's really the only guy I feel. Trey Murphy can't do it. He can get you 20. But CJ's the only guy I feel that can go off for like 30, 35, 40 points, 8, 9 threes, because offensively, this Pelicans team is they're dead last like in the league in scoring right now.
Yeah.
They're 29th in offensive rating. The 3-point percentage, 27.
Yeah.
So CJ's the only guy I'm scared of tonight.
Yeah, we'll talk more about the Pelicans with Antonio Daniels. He's going to join us about 2:45. But up next, the good and the bad and the ugly of the 49ers injury report for tonight's crucial game. That's next on Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the San Francisco 49ers.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Expect to have more rain developing as we head through the afternoon and on into the evening today, with temperatures warming into the mid to upper 50s and winds from 5 to 10 miles per hour. Get the latest forecasts on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Be there December 30th for Monday Night Football at Levi Stadium as the San Francisco 49ers take on Detroit. It's the final regular season home game presented by SAP. Tickets are available now. Secure your seats today at 49ers.com/tickets.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Holidays at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective. A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide cleans better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
There's never been a better time than now to get yourself into a brand new Jeep because we're still celebrating Black Friday all month long at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And there's a reason people keep coming back because it's the place where a handshake still means something. Off Business 80 across from Hagen Oaks Golf Course. And Merry Christmas from Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Keep the cargo in your truck's bed dry and protected with a bed cover from TruckSmart. Bed covers that fold up, roll up, and lift up are ready to install on your truck. Turn your vehicle into a hauling machine. TruckSmart Truck and SUV Accessories in Rockland and Auburn.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sacktown Sports.
Jay and Waddy in our Sacktown studios. You got Draper in the Draper Dungeon, NBC Sports Bay Area, as we get ready for what a night. The Kings and the Pelicans. Antonio Daniels joining us about 10 minutes or so. And we got a couple of questions before we get to the 49er game, Drapes. A couple of questions here on the text line and in the chat. First of all, on the text line here, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Somebody's saying here from the 530, if the same play earlier in the game gets called and the Warriors benefit 2 points, should it not be called in the end just because it's a close game? That's always been my issue with late game fouls. They should just be consistent with the rest of the game, which makes sense. But it is an unwritten rule when you have a scramble on the floor, especially at the end of the game, but not exclusive to the end of the game. There are no fouls. You almost can't commit a foul unless you stab somebody.
Right. And a lot of times it's hard to determine who has possession.
Yeah.
To call a foul or anything like that. And so, this one isn't even about really beginning of the game, end of the game. You just never see a foul called on that play.
Right.
The jump off, that's a free for all usually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like the kids banging the piñata and the candy coming out, and hey, little Johnny, you got fend for yourself down there.
Yeah,
that's just never called, and so to do it in that moment makes it even worse.
Yeah, it's comical. I mean, we've talked about that. You watch that situation, no matter what time of the game, and there aren't going to be any fouls called until the officials decide somebody's got possession, blowing the whistle.
Yeah.
Another question for you, Drapes, in the chateau from Danny. What was the name of the game you played as a kid with the football? You just described it.
Throw up, grab.
Okay.
You throw the ball up in the air. Whoever gets it, they get grabbed. Like, you know what I mean? And then basketball, it was roughhouse. Like it was every man for himself. Roughhouse.
Yeah.
You need to have at least 3 players. But in football, it was called throw up, grab. We weren't too creative back then as little 8, 9, and 10.
There's no question what that is, right? How do you play that? No, you know.
Throw it up.
Yeah.
Grab. That's the rules right there.
Have you ever heard of the basketball drill called NBA, No Babies Allowed?
No.
Okay, that's when I coached girls, we did that. And, I was concerned about it, and the girls loved it. No babies allowed just means you get 3 underneath the basket, the ball goes up, and if you get the ball and you score, then you're out, and then someone else joins. You don't get to leave the scrum until you score. There are no fouls.
Oh, so the way to get out is to score.
Yes.
Like scoring and getting out. That's a good thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But there are no fouls. So, I mean, unless, you can't punch people, but you got to play basketball. But it's pretty much anything goes, for training for some of the contact you get under the basket.
Those were the good old days. Kids don't play that anymore, do they? I miss those days.
Yeah. Well, it always surprised me. And maybe I was a little sexist. Like, I don't know if the girls would want to play that. And they would beg, can we please play that?
Yeah.
Can we do that, please?
You just got to call it something different maybe nowadays or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. But I get it. It.
The fortitude drill.
Right.
The 49ers have been a little banged up. I don't know what drills they've been working on. But Isaac Garendo says he's going to try to go tonight. Nick Bosa is questionable, but the 49ers say they're going to try to see how he's doing before the game. They want him to play, but they're not sure. So they're going to kind of work him out before the game. And Dre Greenlaw's listed as questionable. Our buddy Rod Brooks told us yesterday, said, we will see him tonight. Obviously trying to predict what's going to happen. Let's say Bosa plays and he's halfway decent and Garendo plays and he's okay. Well, I mean, then things look a lot different than they do if neither one of those guys is available.
Right, exactly. And I was talking to our boy Rod Brooks. He's down here in the NBC studios because he's on a pregame show coming up at 4:00. And, he's like, we can't expect Greenlaw to come in and be, Greenlaw of last year in his prime and ready to go. He ultimately doesn't even think it's the injuries. Like can the Niners stop shooting themselves in the foot with the turnovers and the penalties and things like that? They're good enough to beat this Rams team. They just can't turn it over and have all these penalties that they've been having.
The Niners ruled out left tackle Trent Williams, safety Malik Mustafa, and guard Ben Barch yesterday. So there's 2 of your offensive linemen that are out. What is your level of optimism about this game, Jay? If you're being honest with us. 0 is like no chance. 10 is like they're gonna win. How you feeling? If you don't want to answer, it's okay.
He's nervous. He's nervous.
Nobody nervous.
He's shook.
I just don't want to have to battle Drake for the next 5 minutes.
No,
they should win this. Like, give me 9. All
Nice.
BS to the side. If they lose, I'd be more surprised if they lost than won. I think they're going, and everything we've heard over the last 2-3 days of practice, they're all fixed and focused. I think they go in, and actually, I'm going to say blowout. Blowout sounds worse, but I think
that's disrespectful, Jay. Why you got to say something
respectful to them?
Dude, if you talk out of pocket and come with some crazy stuff, I got to respond.
Hey, see what
you know what I mean? You want me to just sit back and let you say that?
4, then I'd have caught some heat too.
No, if I'm being, I probably say I give it like a 6.5, 7.
Why? What you scared of? What you scared of?
Dog, you done lost to everybody. You done lost to worse teams than the Rams. Rams just beat Buffalo. They just beat Buffalo. What are we talking about? They just hung 40. Can your defense really stop Matt Stafford in that passing attack?
Matt Stafford has no interceptions over the last 4 games. He has never gone 5 straight games without an interception.
So he's due. That's what you're saying.
Never
he's
happened.
Due.
And the other thing is, this to me is an interesting potential key to this game. The Rams give up a lot of yards through the air. They did to Buffalo. They won the game, to their credit. They did to your team. They give up a lot of yards in the air. So you figure, especially given the 49ers a little shorthanded in the backfield, they're going to throw a lot. It should be another big game for Juwan Jennings, but you've got Brock Purdy and the whole wet ball thing potentially because it's supposed to rain. So Brock Purdy's got to have a big game tonight and prove that all the chatter about, oh, you can't play with a wet ball, he's got to prove there's nothing to that.
Yeah, that's true. And I fully expect a high-scoring game. Like, I don't think this Niners defense is, the Bears of the mid-'80s, 85 Bears or anything like that, especially with some of the injuries that we just talked about. I expect this to be a game in the 30s, 32-31 or 34-30, like a close game. Like, I know Jay and his fandom, we got to give them a couple of points because of that.
Yeah, I was going to go 7, but I said 9 because I knew Drapes was going to fire back. No, but really 7. It's about 7.
It's about 7. All right.
That's pretty good.
I'm just giving them the benefit of the doubt. First of all, if I really want to keep it 1,000 and went teeter-totter, I'd say 5. You got to give me the 49er fans, so that's an extra point. And then on top of that, I got to shoot one at Drake, so that's an extra point. And then I'm just like the bookies. I'm giving them a home situation. I'll go ahead and give them an extra point. So I got to the 8, and I was like, oh, I got to go 9 one more time.
Oh, my God. He gave them 4 points. 4 extra points on that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, too. With Bosa questionable, like, this is their season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, guys are, unless you got a broken leg or something like that, you're going to try to do whatever you can to get out there.
Playing. He does have a broken
leg.
He's still been playing
on it. Yeah. Exactly. This is it. This is their Super Bowl. Every game is must win from here on out. I think it's going to be a good game. I think the Rams showed me something last week, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, beating Buffalo like they did, Josh Allen and them making a comeback, like,
that was their Super Bowl. They're going to be flat as a pancake.
Yeah, and that's what you hope, right?
Yeah.
But,
they got nothing. I asked Kirk Morrison about that, and he downplayed that, but they got nothing in it.
Dude, their receiver core. Like, how you going to defend those guys?
You only have to worry about Puka. Cooper Kupp is a relic. He's not Cooper Kupp anymore.
He's still a solid number 2. And then you got Williams in the backfield. Like, I don't know. This is going to be a shootout, Whitey.
It's gonna be
what do you think? What do you think?
I know Whitey's talking himself into it. I see it.
Yeah. What do you think?
Oh, the Niners win easily.
Ooh, where you going? Where you on that 1 through 10?
I know he said that 13 times this season. He's the Niners win. They win easily.
31-21 49ers tonight.
Damn.
Yeah.
This is their season. Drapes is 100% right. This is their season
tonight. Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're going to say that next week too,
Right.
But I think
they're aware of that every game, and it's cliche, but it's like you have to win all these games now.
But you also need to win because it's a division game. Like this and Phoenix, Arizona, those are your seasons for sure, and hopefully you can get up to that point. But this, no matter what, is their season.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Antonio Daniels is going to join us. Pelicans. A TV analyst breaking down this Pelicans team that gave the Kings so much trouble last year. Are they capable of doing that again tonight? We find out next on Sacktown Sports.
Ho, 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 ho. Looks like you made the ice list this year.
Santa, don't you mean the nice list?
No, ice, because Prestigio Jewelers carries all the ice you need.
For over 30 years, Prestigio Jewelers has offered in-house financing and fine jewelry. Guaranteed credit approval between $400 and $10,000 with no money down options. Make this Christmas season unforgettable. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. With locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno, or online at prestigiojewelers.com.
Ready for winter? Forecasters are already predicting record sick days. Don't become a healthcare statistic. Fight sickness with fitness. Create a daily workout and stick to it. Let the Good Feet store help you meet your workout goals. With Good Feet arch supports, the pain in your feet, knees, hips, and back become history. And Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Visit goodfeet.com for an appointment or just stop in. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville, and in Reno on South Virginia Street.
Here comes Floyd, throw over the middle. Intercepted by Fred Warner.
Faithful to the Bay.
Fred gets up and runs back the other way, 30.
Be there December 30th for Monday Night Football at Levi Stadium as the San Francisco 49ers face the Detroit Lions.
20, one block and he's in.
It's the final regular season home game of the campaign and presented by SAP.
Touchdown!
Tickets are available now. Secure your seats today at 49ers.com/tickets.
San Francisco!
The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is expanding. I guess you could say the Super Shop is getting more superer. That means more for you, more apparel, more equipment, more shoes, more gift ideas, more of everything you want. If you're looking for the right gift for the golfer in your life, let the friendly team of Hagen Oaks experts help you find the perfect gift. From golf bags to golf balls, from golf pants to golf shirts, from rain gear to golf gloves, Hagen Oaks has it all. And much is on sale. Visit the Hagen Oaks Golf Superer Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80, or find us at hagenoaks.com.
All right, it's all on the line, and when it is, you need a big-time closer, and that's especially true when it comes to your garage door. Whitey Gleason here for National Garage Door. Whether you're looking to repair an existing door or get a brand new one installed like we did recently at Whitey Woods, you need National Garage Door, family-owned and operated. They've been around since 1974. Why? Because service is their number one priority. And the styles, prices, and quality of the doors are going to surprise you and amaze you. I was really stunned by what's available. Our garage door is starting to come apart, which is not generally good. So Kevin from National Garage Door came out, and he looked at it and said, "Yeah, you could patch this up and get some more mileage out of it." But we went with the new garage door, and we're really excited about that. It looks great, and some of the bells and whistles that come with garage doors now, tremendous. And even the neighbors across the street, like Robbie, are admiring our garage door. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer branded garage doors. They offer sales, service, and installation on all residential and commercial doors and operators. So if you have garage door needs, maybe that old one is coming apart, looking to improve your curb appeal, let National Garage Door come through for you in the clutch. Let National Garage Door be your closer. 638-4554. 638-4554. That's National Garage Door.
Hey, it's time to open up your calendar app for some incredible live events coming your way. This is the Sacktown Sports Live Events Calendar, bringing you the hottest shows in town. Kick off 2025 with country superstars Dylan Scott and Jackson Dean. They're hitting the stage at Thunder Valley on January 10th for a night of hot country hits. Then on January 11th, laugh until your sides hurt with comedy legend Bill Engvall. He's performing live at Thunder Valley, a show you won't want to miss. And the one and only Justin Timberlake is bringing electrifying energy to the Golden One Center on January 15th. This is your chance to see an icon in action. For a more intimate vibe, catch Bryce Vine at Ace of Spades on January 25th. It'll be an unforgettable night of alternative hip-hop. And finally, looking ahead to February 20th, Old 60 lights up Ace of Spades with their unique blend of rock and soul. Get your tickets now because these shows will sell out fast. For details and updates, visit SacktownSports.com. And stay tuned. This is your ticket to the best live entertainment in the 916, the Sacktown Sports Live Events Calendar.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Lead generation is one of the most important aspects of any marketing campaign. Let us help you identify your target audience and market your products or services to them. Go to aimyourdigital.com today. aimyourdigital.com.
At Elk Grove Honda, our recipe for happy holidays is to think happy Honda days. Let's explain.
Happy is a good thing. We all like happy. Honda stands for quality, reliability, comfort, design, peace of mind, value at resale, and a lot more feel-good words. Days is how long you have left to take advantage of Elk Grove Honda's year-end clearance underway right now. Elk Grove Honda is located in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard, or visit us at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sacktown Sports.
You know, the really nice people in sports and everywhere, they're the people that are nicer to you than they really need to be. You know, some people don't really need to be nice to you, and they are anyway. And I would say that about our next guest, Kyle, and I know you've known him a long time. This is a guy that has always been so nice to us. He is a 13-year NBA veteran, Pels TV analyst, NBA on Sirius XM host, and a really, really good one. Antonio Daniels back with us. How are you today, Antonio?
I'm good, fellas. How you guys doing? Thank you guys for having me.
Good, man. Let me start. Whitey, you giving this guy the introduction like that, and I understand he is our guy. He's our friend. I got to tell you a quick Antonio Daniels story. This is my guy, man.
Oh, shoot.
No, I know because
here.
AD,
coming here.
I never told you this, but we're at the league meetings in Jersey, right outside New York, this past September. And I walk into the gym, and I'm about to use the Peloton. You know, I got a Peloton at the crib. I'm excited. But AD is on the Peloton. Now, when I go, I probably go, 10 miles an hour? This dude was like Lance Armstrong on the bike. Like the way AD, do you always pedal like that and work out like that? You put me to shame, bro. I was like, man, my little Sunday stroll ain't nothing compared to you.
I do, Kyle. I do. I have a Peloton bike and treadmill at home. And that's a lot of I work. I'm kind of scared to still play. You know what I mean? I'm really nervous. I'm so scared about popping my Achilles or something along those lines. So that's like my thing, like Peloton training, strength training, weightlifting, that sort of stuff. You know, I just want to stay in shape. My son is 6, my daughter's 13, daughter's 19. So, you know, I want to be around for a long time, Lord willing.
Okay. All right. Yeah, dude. Real quick, anything above 90 on the cadence, I'm struggling. Your cadence got to be at like 140, 150 sometimes. Like you can get it up there.
No, it depends on what the resistance is.
Oh,
it depends on what the resistance is. I'm more of a resistance guy than a cadence guy.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. That's Peloton inside talk.
Gotcha.
There, in case you didn't know. Why.
Antonio, the Kings have not offered much resistance at the three-point line this year. And you know, it's been a key to their season. They haven't made threes as much as they've liked. They started making them last year. We know your team was a really good 3-point shooting team. And I know coach wants them to be shooting more. I know he mentioned that this week. Why are the Pelicans numbers down so far this year from the 3-point department?
I can 100% guarantee you can answer that question just as well as I can.
Okay.
I know you can. Because we don't have shooters on the floor.
Uh-huh.
Like if you look at just look at the grand scheme of things, and I'm not being facetious here. I've never seen anything like this before in my life. This year, I've never seen anything like this before in my life in its first 25 games. You guys realize there was a few games this year where our top 8 guys were all out at the same time. Mm-hmm. $150 million, 110 points sitting on the sideline. Like we all know this. Like health is so incredibly important in professional sports as a whole. And when your top guys aren't available, it's just been awful luck. Mm-hmm. You know, second day of training camp, Trey Murphy messes up his hamstring. So now he's out for a while, right? Zion gets hurt in training camp. And then DeJounte Murray breaks his hand first game of the season. And now you go down the list. Then Herb Jones gets hurt. And then TJ McCollum gets hurt. He misses 15 games. DeJounte Murray misses 17 games. Zion's played in 6 games this year. DeJounte Murray's played in 8 games. There has not been a game this year where Zion, B.I., and DeJounte Murray have played together. They haven't played 1 minute together this season yet. They haven't played 1 minute together in the preseason yet. So it's hard to have these conversations without constantly pointing back to health. But here's the thing. I've been here 6 years now, and it seems like we're always pointing back to health.
Yeah, yeah. You're right about that. Hey, AD, I'm looking at the trade you guys made in the offseason, bringing in DeJounte Murray, who I'm a big fan of.
Mm-hmm.
But then I see a guy like Dyson Daniels thriving there in Atlanta. Because of the injuries, is it too soon to really gauge how that trade worked out for both teams?
Oh, no question. But the thing is, Dyson's in a completely different situation because he's playing with a team that doesn't have a Zion and a BI. Like, Dyson is exactly what Atlanta needed to go opposite of Trae Young. They need a defender, a guy who doesn't need the ball, an excellent cutter, and a elite top-notch defender. He was all those things here, but here, when you have Zion and you have BI, you need guys like Trey Murphy. You need guys like Jordan Hawkins, guys that give those guys space. So it's not simply about what worked out best, because this is going to work out great for DeJounte Murray too. This is a great spot for him once he finds his rhythm. It's just that the way that system is, as far as the Atlanta Hawks and what they need from Dyson, is perfect for him. And the thing I will never do as an analyst is talk up somebody and then they leave and go elsewhere and then talk bad about that person like they weren't good when they were here. I loved Dyson when he was here. I loved him. It's just, it was a point where here in New Orleans, with the amount of pressure to win with Zion and with BI and with some of the guys, and what this team needed him to be, he couldn't be that here. So sometimes it takes getting out of that situation and getting into a brand new one to be the best version of yourself.
Antonio Daniels with us, Pelicans TV analyst. Antonio, a lot of Kings fans got excited this week because someone, I don't even remember who, but someone reported that teams are asking the Pelicans about Herb Jones' availability. Now, I know you guys, like you and Kyle. My question, why in the world would the Pelicans even think about trading Herb Jones? I don't understand.
Okay, see, this is the problem with that. This is the problem with that. And I actually logged off social media after I answered a couple of people.
Yeah.
Now, read what you just said again. Read, because there's context in all words.
Right.
So read what you just said. Teams were what?
Yeah, I know. It didn't say they were looking to trade him. It said teams were asking if he was available. I don't understand why the Pelicans would trade him.
I know, but who said anything about the Pelicans trading him?
Right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So there's nothing to that, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
wait. If there's one guy, the Pelicans ain't traded for Jones.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Shoot, AD, I was going to fly down there and bring him back myself, bro.
Did we lose Antonio Daniels?
Oh man, AD cutting out on us.
Boy, I hope I didn't offend him with that.
You scared him off. He's like,
I'm not answering this.
He's like these jokers in Sacramento talking about Herb Jones. We ain't trading Herb Jones.
Yeah,
hopefully,
I know.
We can get him back because this is a big game tonight for the Kings, man. This is, you win a game against San Antonio. You beat a bad Utah team. Now you can exercise the demons. Like, it's not a must win, but you got to win this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to win this one tonight, right?
Yeah. And it's great. It's a feel-good win if you win it because you're back to 500. And, you didn't like me talking about what it would be like if you don't, but hopefully you don't have to worry about that. Take care of business tonight.
Exactly. We won't have to worry about that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think he's back with us. Antonio, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Looks like we were disconnected. We were just talking about the fact that this appears to be nonsense, the notion that the Pelicans would ever trade Herb Jones, right?
Yeah, the thing is, like, smart teams would inquire. Like, that's a great thing to do for teams.
Yeah.
But all inquiries are not entertained.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's different if the verbiage matters. For Miami to come out and say, you know what, they don't mind moving Jimmy Butler. That's different than saying, you know what, teams are now inquiring about Jimmy Butler.
Right.
Like, if I was a team out there and I was in the front office, inquire about Herb Jones too. He's a great player. He's a glue guy. You need guys like that to win. But just because teams are inquiring doesn't mean that the Pelicans are biting.
Right.
If there's one guy that the Pelicans are not moving, it is Herb Jones. Look at his contract and look at what he's making.
Mm-hmm.
He could be making $10 million more per year. He is on a very team-friendly deal that benefits the Pelicans for his impact.
Hey, AD, I'm looking at some of the numbers from last season for my guy De'Aaron Fox. And obviously you guys got the better of us 6 times last season. When I look at what you guys were able to do against De'Aaron Fox, that size, that length that you guys had last season, it really disrupted him. I'm looking at the numbers. Sure, he still scored 21 points per game, but he shot 40%, 24% from 3. But there's no Najee Marshall there. There's no Dyson Daniels. Do you guys still have the wave of bodies defensively to throw at De'Aaron Fox?
Well, the thing that you still have Herb Jones, and you still have DeJounte Murray, who were our first-team all-defense caliber players. No, you don't have Najee. And I tell you another thing that this team doesn't have, that they had a year ago, that put them in a position to go 6-0.
Oh, I'm sorry. We
lost him again.
Yeah, sorry about that. I think we may have to call it there.
because we're up against it anyway.
Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. But
he was cooking there. He's about to cook, too.
He always does.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
No, I think he's gone.
Yeah.
I think he's gone.
Yeah, I think we lost him.
All right.
We lost him. Yeah, he always cooks. And then he'll bring the food too. He'll bring whatever you need to your show. Right?
He'll bring the smoke too, right? If you
all of it.
Nonsense, he'll
all
come
of
back
it.
to.
Yeah. So thank you, Kyle, for lining that up. Yeah, the conversation continues here. When we come right back, the new top 100 rankings are in from the Ringer. The top 100 in the NBA. 2 Kings are moving up. We'll look at that when we come back to Sacktown Sports.
Christmas music is everywhere. The smell of gingerbread is in the air. And wait, what's that sound? It's Santa. He's headed back to Sacramento for the 41st Annual Santa Parade, December 14th in downtown Sacramento. Bring your entire family to the parade route around the capital for over 100 floats, including marching bands, pageant princesses, clowns, horses, and of course, Santa himself.
The 41st Annual Santa Parade, Saturday, December 14th with Western Health Advantage, Gurnick Academy, and the California Army National Guard. The fun begins at 10 a.m. Get more info at sacktownsports.com.
Welcome to TGL presented by SoFi. Golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, layouts on the line. Golf, Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour split into 6 teams. Learn more at TGLGolf.com and tune into the inaugural season beginning January 7th. Keep up, it's golf.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare and you want out, you need to get the facts. Wesley Financial Group and its founder, Chuck McDowell, have helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshares permanently, and he may be able to help you too. Call right now. Chuck will send you a timeshare exit information guide free explaining how your timeshare works and all your options for cancellation. You want to call Wesley Financial Group, 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000. Once again, 800-761-0000.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This holiday season, create a fun and joyful memory for you and your loved ones. Come light the world and help those in need through the Giving Machine, November 16th through January 1st at the Westfield Galleria Mall in Roseville and in Modesto at Valley Fair Mall. Choose from local charities serving your community or from global charities worldwide. Come feel the Christmas spirit at the Giving Machine. Learn more at givingmachine.greatersacramentomodesto.org.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Holidays at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPfest.com. It's Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Good Guys Heating and Cooling. Find out more at CITPfest.com.
Time now for your 49ers injury report, brought to you by Jeremy Winter, attorney at law. He cares because he's been there. In the 38-13 win over the Bears on Sunday, the Niners suffered a couple of more significant injuries. Left guard Ben Barch suffered a high ankle sprain, and running back Isaac Garendo departed with a possible foot sprain. With Christian McCaffrey and J.P. Morgan already on the injured list, this could be a real problem for the 49ers, who get ready to take on the Los Angeles Rams in a key game on Thursday night.
Serious accident. You deserve the law offices of Jeremy Winter. 877-637-3237. Jeremy lost his mother in a car accident and knows firsthand the pain caused by tragedy. That is why he became an attorney to fight for others who are going through a tragedy. If you've been seriously injured in an accident, you deserve more. You deserve better. You deserve Jeremy Winter. 877-637-3237.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
You know, we're getting closer to tip-off because Kyle Draper in the Draper Dungeon.
Yeah.
He's got his uniform on, right, Drapes? You ready to roll?
Got to get the work outfit on, big fella. Big game tonight. Got to come correct here with this outfit.
Yeah. Listen, I know that you have some duties at some point here. If we happen to be, on the air when you got to go, you just let us know you got to go, okay?
Yeah. You got I got like 15 minutes.
Okay. All right.
15 minutes.
We talk a lot about these top 100 lists, and I just happened to check today, and it turns out The Ringer has their new NBA Top 100. It just came out. I think it dropped yesterday. So I always like to see how the Kings are doing. Malik is not on it. He's in that first group in, or the hardest guys to leave off, whatever they call it. You got DeRozan went from, I think he was 40-something last check.
He went down.
Yeah, he's 51st now. But how about this? Domantas Sabonis, in June, they had him at 26th. In October, 25th. In November, 19th. And he's up to 18th now, number 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. They're recognizing it. Recognizing his game. Okay.
Rock solid center with dominant regular season statistics. Greater questions about his postseason fit. The rest of it, I don't know if they change the description that they have there, but basically they still say really good player, but in the postseason, So anyway, Domas up to 18. And then De'Aaron Fox in June was 22nd. In October, they had him at 22nd. In November, he was 20th. But yesterday, he's number 17.
Yeah,
17th best player in the NBA.
Big time jump there for our guy, De'Aaron Fox. And they say there's so much more to De'Aaron's game than just a quick first step. Mid-range game may play out at 1.5x speed, but it's incredibly refined. How about this, Whitey? Built on the same feints and footwork you see from DeMar DeRozan or Devin Booker.
Yeah.
Those are two of the elite mid-range guys. So that's impressive. Yeah. So we got two in the top 18.
That's right. That's what a 60 burger will do for you, huh? People paid attention to that.
Exactly. Let me ask you this, though, about Malik. Are you surprised because he was in it, right? Or no? I feel like
he's been in and out. Yeah. And I don't remember. And because he's not actually in it, they don't have that graph. Yeah. But yeah, I thought he was in last time. I could be wrong. He should be in there.
And
I think he's definitely
been playing lights out lately. Too.
Yeah. So
that's what's a little surprising.
The thing about De'Aaron, you look at his numbers, and there's still a little bit of room there to improve in the 3-point shot, which has been kind of an ongoing project of his. Right now, he's not shooting the ball really well from three. He's having a great year otherwise. So I think there's still room for improvement there if he starts shooting a higher percentage.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, at 33.1% that's what the Ringer has him listed at. And you get that up to 35, 36%. That's a good three points more per game to your average. You're talking averaging 28, 29 at that point. And that's the thing with De'Aaron, Whitey, and you know this. Once he becomes a knockdown elite 3-point shooter, if it ever comes, he's virtually unguardable.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine if De'Aaron Fox, he doesn't have to be Steph Curry. He don't have to be James Harden or anything like that, or Dame Lillard. But if he can get around 37% from three, unguardable out there on the floor.
Yeah. And the thing is here in the Ringer rankings, you have LeBron at 16. So if you swing that deal, Drapes, you got number 16, 17, and 18 on your roster.
Oh, my gosh. That's 3 in the top 18? Come on, man. That's championship or bust right then. It ain't going to happen. So where do they have LeBron at?
16, and going over that same timeline, he was 12th in June, 10th in October, 11th in November, and now down to 16th.
He has slipped big time.
Mm-hmm.
And rightfully so. I'm trying to see who else who made a jump. Jalen Brunson. Wemby, I think, made a big time jump, right? Let me look.
Karl Anthony Towns is up to 19. In June, he was 32nd. In October, he was 32nd. So he's up to, that's a big jump for him. Paolo Banchero made a jump from 29 in June to 20th now, which is pretty good for a guy who's not playing.
I know, who been out for a month. Like, that's crazy. Oh, John Morant made a big time jump. He started out before the season at 24, then went to 17. Now is at 15.
Mm-hmm. Another guy.
Could he be ahead of De'Aaron Fox or no? That's a good question, right?
Yeah, we had this discussion on the crossover with Alan last week. To me, if it's just basketball, I would put John Morant barely ahead of De'Aaron Fox, me personally. But if you take everything into account, including injury risk, I'd rather have De'Aaron Fox.
I'd rather have De'Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jalen Williams, another big jumper, by the way. In terms of June, he was 40th, and now he's 21st. So
damn, that's huge.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow. Embiid, probably the biggest slide. Yeah, he was 5th to start the season, then 9th, now 22nd. Damn. Joel Embiid. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Franz Wagner, real quick here.
Yeah.
He made maybe the biggest leap, Whitey. How about this? 56th to start the season. 48th. Now he's 24th.
That's my guy.
That's your guy
Franz
right
Wagner.
there.
Yeah.
Yep, that's your guy. Franz Wagner. Yeah.
Are you confident tonight, Drapes? I mean, genuinely, honest to goodness, confident?
Yes, I am. And here's why. This isn't the same Pelicans team defensively as last year. They're not even a good defensive team this year, Whitey, when you look at the numbers. I got it, 28th in defensive rating, 29th in offensive rating. They give up the 23rd most points.
Yeah.
So if we play our game, talking about the Kings, if we play our game, number one in offensive rating since Malik Monk has been put in the starting lineup over the last 5 games, mind you. If we play our offensive game, they can't match us scoring wise. You know what I mean? Like they can't put up 125, 130 on us.
I think you're right.
You know, so I'm not as worried as I was last year. This is a different Pelicans team that's sort of, I would imagine, and we had our guy Antonio Daniels on, but I would imagine they're kind of like in shell shocked. Like, you know, like what's happening here? They're bewildered, befuddled, if you will.
Yeah.
And so no, I'm not worried about tonight.
Yeah. A lot of the things that gave them big advantages over the Kings last year, they're just either not available to them now because of injury or they're gone completely. So it's a whole different outlook for the Kings. I'm with you. Unless the Kings really help out, that is, you know, they miss a ton of shots or they turn the ball over or just play terribly, I think it's going to be really hard for the Pelicans to win. And I know it's the NBA and pro sports things happen. And I know some fans get superstitious. No, don't say that. But that's just the fact of the matter. This should be a Kings win tonight. And there's a very good chance it'd be a fairly easy one, right?
See,
they're 5-20.
I know you can't, man.
They're like the Wizards West.
Did we lose to Portland one game or something like that? Like we've lost to some pretty bad teams, but yeah, I mean, on paper, yes, but what Kings team shows up? You know, that's been an issue for us this season. Did the 3 days off, you know, hurt this team in terms of in between games? Or do they pick up right where they left off? And so we'll see. Like, I do feel like, Whitey, when we talk about tonight's game, last year I felt like the Pelicans dictated everything. Like, they were in control. This year, it's all about us. I don't care what the Pelicans do. If we play our game, we're fine. We're good. If we make our shots, if we, you know, make the extra pass, keep the ball moving, 0.5 and all this. Like this Pelicans team, they don't have the muscle that they had last year. You know, like that they don't have, they're not the big bully on the block anymore. You know, like they're an aging older team. You know how it is. Whitey growing up in the streets of Vallejo, there used to be that one guy that nobody wanted to mess with, a little older than everybody. Well, then you go down the line 20, 30 years later.
Yeah.
It's like, man, this dude with a walker, he got a cane. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, bro, we ain't scared of you no more. That's how this Pelicans team. We ain't scared of this Pelicans team. Come on now.
Does it come down to 3-point shooting? Does it come down to whether the Pelicans have one of those nights where everything goes in? I know Willie Green this week, they had a few extra days of practice too. And one of the things he worked on is he said, we got to start getting up 40 threes a game. We got to shoot more threes. They're not shooting them well, but I could see a team coming in there talking about the things that we talked about yesterday, how, the Kings, they give up a lot of threes. So let's just let them fly. And then if they start going in, and I could see you look up in the fourth quarter, you got a game on your hands, Kyle. I don't want that.
Yeah, but Whitey, I feel like they only have two high volume 3-point guys, Trey Murphy and CJ McCollum.
Mm-hmm.
No offense. Herb Jones ain't making 6 threes. That's just not his game. Yves Missi hasn't taken one yet. DeJounte Murray, 25% 3-point shooter. And then their bench is decimated. And so if we do lose this game, it will be because Trey Murphy and CJ McCollum went off against us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think the other guys can beat the Kings. But those two guys, if they could get hot, then it's a long afternoon.
I think most Kings fans feel the same way on this. The Kings need to come out and play with force. Sometimes they come out and they play almost with a sense of entitlement, it seems like, and they're playing well now, and you got things going in the right direction, as we've said, and you're getting some traction. But you can't, even though it's a bad New Orleans team, nothing's going to be handed to you. They got to come out and step on some necks from the jump tonight.
Well, here's the thing, too, Whitey, and to your point, like, us as fans, broadcasters, and media members, we can look at the sheet and say, oh, we should win this game.
Mm-hmm.
But as a player, you can't, you got to believe you can win, but you also got to respect the opponent as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because this is the NBA. How many Dwop Reiths have we seen gash us over years?
Mm-hmm.
And so, from that mindset, yes, you got to say, yes, we can win, but you can't just say it. You actually have to go out there and do it and put it into motion. And so you can't take these guys lightly. We can, because we're media. We're not out there, but they can't take them lightly.
Right. Yeah. We don't have to respect the opponent because we're not playing them, but they had better. And you know how these games work sometimes when you have a contest in any sport where one team, clearly everyone thinks that team's going to win. Yeah. Well, the later that game goes where it's close, there's more and more pressure on the team that's supposed to win. And the other team is just having a blast like, hey, we might beat these guys. Yeah. And so that's why you can't give the Pelicans that hope of being in the game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're right. They start to actually believe, well, damn, we could actually win this game. Yeah. And we've seen it time. I mean, we could go, like, it's been well documented how the Kings have lost to teams that they should not lose to, whether it's the Pacers, the Sixers without Embiid, Portland, like so many teams, Charlotte, Detroit, like, when is enough?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm hoping that what we saw these last 2 games against the Spurs and the Jazz signifies that, you know what, this team, it's not about your opponent. It's about what you do.
Mm-hmm. I want to see what you think of Whitey's wish list real quick here, Drapes.
Yeah, real quick.
And then hopefully you got some as well. And it's pretty simple. One is just play with force like we discussed. Bring your A game and play with force and impose your will on the other team. 2, and it's a simple one, I think you alluded to it, you just have to take care of the basketball. The Kings have been doing a really good job of that. I don't think we talk about that enough. Yeah, but you don't you don't turn the ball over. You don't give them chances to make up for their lesser talent. And then thirdly is it's about defending the 3-point line. If you hold the Pelicans under 37% shooting, I don't know if they've won a game yet this year. We know teams have lit up the Kings from 3. You make your threes and do a decent job defending the 3-point line. And as you said, it's going to be really hard for them to beat you.
Yeah, is that your magic number tonight, 37?
That's it. I stole that from Frankie, who was on with Alan Stiles today. But yes, absolutely, 37%.
All right, my one wish, outside of a win, obviously, I need my boy Kevin Huerter continue to play well.
There you go.
If Huerter plays well, we will win. That because we know we're going to get from Malik in the starting 5. Kevin Huerter might be the key to us going forward. If he can give us 15, 16, whatever it may be, I'll feel good about it.
Who you on with tonight, Drapes?
I think I'm on with Morgan. I'm about to run over there and check in with the group right now, as a matter of fact.
All right. Yeah, you go do that. Thanks.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
I will check you. You're off tomorrow, though, huh?
I do have something, a family matter I got to attend to, so
All
thank
right.
you to you and Jay. I know you guys are going to have a blast.
Yeah, enjoy your weekend, man. I'll see you back here on Monday.
All right, we'll be watching.
All right, now.
Yeah, Kyle Draper, NBC Sports California tonight with the pre-halftime and the post-game action. So, Jay, that gives us a bit here as we get ready for game night. Gives us a bit here to turn our attention for a moment to your San Francisco 49ers. Taking on the Rams. Could be a wet conditions tonight. The season, as it was last week, as it may be next week if the 49ers can win tonight. Season on the line tonight against the hated Rams. What a terrible way for this season to end that would be if you end up losing to the Rams again.
Yeah, you're right.
Can't let that happen.
Nah, don't let that happen. It's almost as bad as losing to Seattle. You know, I'm with you. Now, we're not expecting that, and we don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead and speak it into existence. It won't happen. 100% with you. You know, it may be, and the Niners might get a little push. I don't really expect them to play that well. And I could be wrong. Dre Greenlaw bouncing back, going to lace him up tonight. But I think he will bring some type of, you know, figure, spearhead, some type of atmosphere that maybe the 49ers can, you know, take with them.
Here's what I'm thinking. If Kyle were to call me, he hasn't yet, but he probably will.
He should.
Close.
Yeah.
I'm
Keep
thinking,
your phone on your hip, brother.
Yeah. Obviously, the 49ers are about running the ball, and especially if Guerrero is hobbled, that's going to be harder to do. You almost have to go back to Bill Walsh's West Coast offense, which I know is not what Shanahan runs, but, you know, ball control through the air, you know, because you want to keep your defense off the field against the Rams. You want to control the ball, have the ball, win the time of possession battle, and then take advantage of their weak pass defense and win the game that way.
Yeah, you know, the 49ers did it last week against the Bears. There were a lot of West Coast looking type plays, you know, even a couple of times where they went back-to-back running back screens, right side, left side.
They ran a tight end
screen.
They
a tight end screen.
Yeah.
Come on now. So there were definitely some principles of the West Coast offense last week. Keep it that way. Why not? Especially, as you said, if it's going to be a wet ball and we want to look at Brock Purdy in the fingertips, and if he can control it, dump that ball off. No need to wait for, you know, one thing about the 49ers that is always on my nerves is sometimes they have well, first of all, it takes forever to get the play in. And then when that happens, sometimes there's long developing routes from the wide receivers too.
Right.
No, let's bring that down a few yards.
Yeah, especially when you got Trent Williams is out and Barch is out. You know, Brock's not going to have all day.
True.
Throw back there. Can't have any missed field goals tonight. I know the conditions are not ideal. Can't have missed
Why you
field
bringing
goals
that up,
tonight.
Whitey?
Because that we can't have that. And wouldn't it be nice to see Ricky P catch
3?
Wouldn't it?
It would. I would like 5, but I mean, can I at least get 3? Let's start at 3. He had one last week, which is what, fourth quarter was garbage time. I felt like third quarter, fourth. I think it was fourth quarter. Yeah, just I'd like to see 3.
Yeah,
and maybe 5. I'm wishing for 5.
Yeah, boy, it'd heal a lot of those scars. Just one win tonight doesn't mean that everything's better, but boy, that'd be a big win tonight. You're a kind of a quarterback guru, or at least you have strong opinions about quarterbacks. What do you think of Matthew Stafford?
I think he's playing at a high level. You know, I think he is showing that with quarterbacks, father time is on their side sometimes. And I think Matthew Stafford,
sling it.
Yeah, he can. And you know, was it last year, the year before? People kind of talked about he had some issues, kind of what you talked about with Brock Purdy.
Yeah,
that wing was a little sore.
It was. Yeah,
seemed like it. You know, he might have had to go see the doctor, go see the wizard, ask for another elbow. But he right now, I mean, he's doing what he can, and if you give him time, he will absolutely pick you apart in the pocket. So, you know, he's one of those guys you have to pay attention to in the NFL. And you know, I saw something, and I think it was Fox Sports top NFC quarterbacks, and they ranked all the starting quarterbacks in the NFC, which Brock Purdy was number 11. Matt Stafford was number 1.
Number 1?
Number 1. Think about that. Number 1. And when you really sit down and look at it, I think most people who believe, you know, the top quarterbacks, they're really kind of sit in the AFC. The Josh Allen, the Pat Mahomes, the Herberts, the Joe Burrows. Those guys are in the AFC.
Did you say Brock Purdy was number 11 in the NFC?
11.
In the NFC?
Disrespectful.
Wow.
I looked at the list.
Do you remember where Goff is? Because he's
I think he was third. Jordan Love was number 2.
Yeah.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Goff was 3.
See, what's interesting to me about that is, the Rams obviously had Goff, and they move off of him because they decided he wasn't right. They get Stafford, who helped them win a Super Bowl, and then Goff reestablishes himself, and he's on a team that could win a Super Bowl too.
Yeah.
Remember when Stafford wanted to leave the Lions, the Rams were interested, and so were the 49ers, and just think how that changed the whole balance of things in the NFC that the Rams got and the 49ers didn't.
We went over it. There was opportunity for the 49ers to grab Matt Stafford, and then, as we talked about on the show a couple weeks ago, next thing you know was the Rams won the championship, and 49ers have not. Are you bringing up a lot of tough things to discuss in the last 5 minutes?
You have to face them, and you can't.
That's true.
I don't know.
That's
I can't
true.
help but think of those things when you're watching these things. These crucial games, and think how differently things could have been. But I do think, to your point, in a way, the narrative on the Kings and the Pelicans, I think it turns all the way back around tonight, right? From last year?
Oh, yeah.
All the way.
Now, you're talking about 1 to 10, 9.5. I think the Kings come out and take care of business tonight. They better. Let me tell you that. They sure are better.
Things would not be very pleasant around here if they didn't, but it would be stunning. But I still think that if they win tonight and they've got a little, what would that be, 4 out of 5? I still think, Jay, it's important to keep in mind that this team, even if they win even if they score 140 again tonight, which they might, that still doesn't mean that you don't need to upgrade the team at the trade deadline. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Let's not get carried away with a little success here.
It can be both, right? It can be. I mean, you can get the W and upgrade yourself before the trade deadline. And I'm one of the things we haven't discussed is I don't necessarily need to wait till February. Let's get it going now. And I know that doesn't normally happen in the NBA. Sometimes you see a big guy, kind of move around now, but no need for the Kings to wait. If you see your guy, go get him.
Let me ask you this as we wrap things up, Jay. I know the whole LeBron and the Kings thing, it was just somebody spitballing, and I know it's kind of nonsensical. Does it do anything for you? Do you have any thoughts on LeBron and the Kings? What does it make you think of?
A wish, a dream, a pipe dream, a hope.
It would be kind of cool if it happened.
Oh, it'd be huge because it'd be, ground zero right here in Sacramento. Yeah. I think it's just too difficult to if we're talking having conversations again, John Collins at 23 million, there's no way you're getting Brian at 50. So it's not going to happen. But and I think we'll have Steve Bullpet, who is the author of that, on from Heavy, friend of the show, been on the show a few times, tomorrow. So you could tap in with that. But yeah, it's not going to happen, but it'd be nice. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
It'd be almost having, Vince Carter on steroids at the end, which he came here when he was in 40.
Yeah, again, no one is saying that LeBron wants that. No one is saying the Kings are interested. But just theoretically, if there was anything to it, how would you make it happen? You probably would have to trade either Fox, Sabonis, or DeMar DeRozan in order to have a chance to even pull it off. So.
Yeah, and it's a rental. It is you jump in a airplane, you go visit somewhere, and you really need to hit budget. You got to hit Hertz. It's a rental. This is it'd be a hit it and quit it. It'd be one and done.
I also think it's more fun to think about than it would be if it actually happened.
Yeah, it would.
To think about, it's like, wow, that'd be great. If he came here, it'd probably be a lot of headaches and things that we hadn't anticipated.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very
all right.
true.
Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it. Stick around. We got game night. Jason Ross and the high flyer Henry Turner get you ready for the Kings and the Pelicans next on Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento Kings. Let's go.